On the court, you're never alone. When you're part of a team, you always have strength in numbers.
It's High School Hoops on the Seven Mountain Sports Network. Brought to you by Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia, Edmonton State Bank, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Toyota of Bowling Green, State Farm Agent Will Coker, and NCTC powered by Warren RECC.
The John Hardin Bulldogs battle the South Warren Spartans on the Seven Mountain Sports Network.
Now down to the court with Ryan Murphy and Big Hamp.
Welcome you inside South Warren High School here this morning. It's not afternoon. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp joining us alongside here for more local high school hoops here on the Seven Mountain Sports Network. And it's going to be an exciting time here this morning as the South Warren Spartans set to host the John Hardin Bulldogs to open up the tournament action that is going to be going on here today. We'll only have your coverage for game number one, but an exciting matchup nonetheless. First time I've had the chance to see the Spartans, but Hamp, you got to see these Spartans play in action into last week, and they've got a strong offense so far this season.
A really good offense, man. The defense isn't too bad either. I'm telling you, these Spartans are looking to do something great this year. I can see it in them.
They've got high-flying action. They've got a lot of players who are considerable. I think you got a height advantage almost with this team, that they've got good space, good height. They know how to get it done from three-point land as well. That was something that Coach Q really pushed on this team to carry over from last season. They love shooting the three ball.
Oh, yeah. And they did very well on Friday shooting the three ball. Didn't miss many at all. And one of the things I love about them is they were on the rebounds. Everybody was surrounding the basket anytime a shot went up.
Well, that's going to be the key tonight for these teams, is getting the rebounds, turning the balls that they get into second chance opportunities. South Warren has done a great job of that so far through their first 6 games of the season. They'll look to continue that here today to open the Chopped Lawn Care Classic here in game number 1. We'll step aside when we come back. We'll continue our pregame show coverage right here on the Seven Mountain Sports Network.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Oh, hold on for a second, children. Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to let you know this year, the spa is the perfect way to relax after a long night of lugging those presents around the world. The only problem is, can't invite my good friend Frosty over to join the fun.
Santa here with jolly good news. Save thousands on the best hot tub brands with immediate delivery. You've been nice. Now treat yourself. Only at Aqualand on Campbell Lane.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Festivities today. You can see there on your screen, Fountain Square Park decked out all over town is Bowling Green, and you know what that means. When the town's decked for the holidays, then it's time for hoops action here in South Central Kentucky, and that's where we're at here at South Warren High School. Inside the gymnasium is the Spartans and the Bulldogs of John Hardin High School, both warming up on either side. About 10 minutes till tip-off here, and that's where we're going to take a look at your team comparisons for tonight's game between the Bulldogs and the Spartans. Most notably, the Bulldogs only one win on the season, 1-7. Spartans 5-1, and their offense is red hot, averaging 70 points per game. The Bulldogs, a little less so, 47 points per game so far on the season. And though that three-point percentage for the Spartans looks to be ailing by the Bulldogs, they've been able to shoot pretty effectively when it matters most. They shoot the three more so probably than most teams here in the region, and they thrive off those second chance opportunities, Hamp, that we talked about in the rebounds.
Oh, yeah. And if you leave them open, if you leave Owen Shively open, he'll drop them on you all day long, as well as Jax Decker as well. He'll drop them on you too. But this South Warren team looks really, really good this year, and they are on a mission.
And that's why we look at John Hardin's player to watch for tonight. It's going to be Jonathan Schollenberg, as he's been kind of the key leader to this team, almost averaging a double-double, about 12.4 points per game on the season, 7 rebounds per game, shooting over 43% from the field. But the big question mark tonight for him is in the last 3 games, he's only played in 2 of those and averaged 4 over the last 3 games. So could be a question mark today as to where he'll be performance-wise for the Bulldogs.
Definitely going to be a question mark as what he's going to do. The other question mark is who's going to step up and help him. Who's going to be the other part of the team that's going to get the rebounds, that is going to take the shots, and is going to do what is necessary?
And for the Spartans, their player to watch tonight, he's hard to miss. Owen Shively, the senior, has jumped out big in his senior season, averaging 17 points per game. He doesn't contribute a whole lot necessarily in the rebounds, but shooting 56% from the field is just unbelievable, and he loves that three ball we talked about.
Man, watching him go Friday night, he was taking shots all over the place. I think he missed maybe 1 or 2 shots on the night, ended up with 19 points. He is a baller. He is a leader. He gets the ball moves around the court. So that man right there does his job.
He scored 20-plus in the last 3 games for the Spartans. Been a key part to their success. Will he be a key part to it again here today, and hopefully another win over the Bulldogs? We'll step aside. We come back. We'll continue our pregame coverage as we're just minutes away from tip-off here in game number 1 of the Chop Lawn Care Classic on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Do you have a lot of presents to transport this year? Well, let's go find you the perfect fit. The 2026 Toyota Camry. Toyota Sequoia. Toyota RAV4.
This holiday season, come find the perfect ride and fill it with all your goodies.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
You see it there again on your screen. Fountain Square Park decked out for the holidays here in Bowling Green, as is most of South Central Kentucky. And we love this time of year because it means high school hoops is at its peak here in the Commonwealth. And we've got more tournament action here for you today. Only game number 1 on the 7 Mountain Sports Network, but it's going to be a good one. South Warren Spartans hosting the John Hardin Bulldogs here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network. Both teams out on the floor warming up as we speak. And we just gave you our players to watch. Most notably for the Spartans is Owen Shively. Notably for the Bulldogs is Jonathan Schollenberg, who did not play against Hancock County just 2 games ago and has only averaged 4 points over the last 3 games, including missing one of those games as well. But he's got 31 rebounds in the last 5 games. That's going to be the big difference maker for the Bulldogs, is being able to knock down shots in this game off of those rebounds. The big question mark for the Spartans, more so than anything, is getting those second chance opportunities. When you have a player like Owen Shively shooting 45% from 3, 56% from the field, and scoring 20-plus in 3 of the last 6 games for the Spartans, he's going to be the one that they look to try to answer more points here today in the matchup. Team captains currently at center court and going over the pregame festivities here. Both teams still warming up, and for the Spartans, they've still got a couple of guys that are working their way in back from the football season that just ended for them. They ultimately ended up losing against Trinity in the state championship game. A valiant effort for the Spartans team after an undefeated regular season. Their only loss coming in the state championship game. So they've still got Isaiah Bridges and Chase Bell on the roster, who have not been very active through this part of the game. Chase Bell has yet to see the floor, the sophomore forward, his first year with the program, the basketball program that is this season. Isaiah Bridges has played the last season, but coming into this year, it has only appeared in 1 game, hasn't tallied any stats so far this year. We'll see if he decides to jump into the fray for the Spartans so far this year. This would be probably one of his bigger times to jump in, as Hamp joins us back as well here inside Spartans court. Hamp, we look at these 2 teams today. What are going to be some of your keys between tonight's in today's matchup?
For John Hardin, I think that it needs to be more than just one player. Everybody needs to come in and take the correct shots, take good shots, not just any shot, and don't get in such a rush to shoot the 3 ball if they feel like they're down. I think they need to just stay a steady pace and just play a good game. South Warren just needs to keep doing what they've been continuing to do, playing good press defense and playing good offensive ball. If they continue to do what they've been doing and jumping on that glass, getting those second chance points, getting it out to the outside when it's necessary, they'll keep winning.
This team is relatively young for the Spartans, but when you look at the Bulldogs, plenty of seniors and juniors on this town, including in their starting lineups. For the John Hardin Bulldogs here tonight, their starting lineups includes Darius Bennett, the senior guard. Number 10, Jonathan Schulenberg, our player to watch, the senior forward. Also in our starting lineups is Malachi Lynch, the senior guard. Eric Palmer, the senior forward. And Charles Jones, the junior forward, rounds out your starting lineups for the John Hardin Bulldogs. Krishawn Whitehead was supposed to be in the starting lineups, at least by our notice, but has been subbed in for the junior Charles Jones. So that could be a difference maker as well tonight for the Bulldogs. And I keep saying tonight, Hamp. It is not tonight. We are still in the morning. We're so used to it in the basketball season, but we got a morning tournament action here for you. As now we look at the South Warren Spartans starting lineup today. Of course, our player to watch, Owen Shively, the senior guard, number 1. Number 2 in the starting lineup today, the sophomore Brandon Perkins, the junior guard. He goes by junior. Jackson Decker, the senior forward. Number 11, number 12, Johan Pratt, the senior forward. And number 13, the senior Clay Willis, who is big on the boards for this Spartans team, and he'll look to get in on the action here tonight. That's your starting lineups for both of these teams. As Hamp, I said tonight again. This tells you where we're at sleep-wise. It's early in the morning on Christmas break.
On a Monday.
We're all a little drowsy. I think I could tell by some of the energy in the gym that some people are feeling it, but I think once the game gets going, everybody's going to start waking up and getting a little more lively.
Oh, yeah, everybody's going to be getting on, just like John Hardin just jumped out here on the court, getting warmed up, just, time running down on them, but they're looking like they're getting energized and ready to go. South Warren's been ready to go. So this is going to be, I think, a pretty exciting game to start off.
And we talked about both these teams coming in. We didn't know if the Bulldogs were going to have a chance to warm up because it was about 10 minutes till the first buzzer and to starting lineups, and nobody was even on the court yet. And then they've managed to get out here. Both teams started warming up. So it's going to be a fun and exciting matchup today. Our final broadcast of 2025, and hopefully this one will go out with a bang. Hard to believe that, Hamp. And we started all the way back in August, early September for the start of football season, and now here we are. It's the end of December. It's almost Christmas, and we're wrapping up the broadcast season of the year with some basketball.
It's gone by so fast. So fast.
So fast. Unbelievable. Unbelievable times. We're about a minute and a half away from tip-off here in South Warren High School, and first quarter coverage will be coming on the way here in just a moment. First quarter coverage brought to you by Aqualand Pool and Spa. As South Central Kentucky, if you need some coverage in Aqualand Pool and Spa, tonight's first quarter coverage is brought to you by Aqualand Pool and Spa. Aqualand is family owned and has been serving South Central Kentucky for over 40 years. They specialize in pools, therapeutic hot tubs, saunas, and cold plunges for year-round comfort. For more information, visit aqualandfun.com. Both teams heading back to their respective benches here as we're just moments away from tip-off. Team introductions will be taking place in just a moment here inside South Warren High School. Wrapping up our game coverage on the season. We're so glad you're with us here on the Seven Mountains Sports Network, whether you're tuning in over the radio waves on our Seven Mountains stations area here in South Central Kentucky, or if you're tuned in on our live stream over on YouTube as well. Of course, as we remind you, this is the Chop Lawn Care Holiday Classic here at South Warren High School, so multiple matchups going on here today. Matchups you could expect for today, of course, this opening game between South Warren and John Hardin. Over in the other middle school gym, they're going to have Fayette Academy, Somerville, Tennessee versus Todd County Central, also tipping off here in a couple of minutes. Glasgow against Muhlenberg County will be at 12:30, and Beach Senior Hendersonville, Tennessee will face off against Meade County at 12:30 as well in the auxiliary gym. We're moments away from tip-off here as opening ceremonies are underway. The John Hardin Bulldogs getting introduced here, as you see there on your screen. Jonathan Schulenberg getting introduced here for the starting lineups, averaging 12 points per game and has been lights out from the free throw line, getting a lot of points there. He had a double-double in the team's only win this season against Shawnee, and he'll look to replicate that performance here tonight.
At 4, number 11, Chaz Jones.
Rest of the team getting introduced here. Charles Jones coming out onto the floor. Leads the team in field goal percentage with 47, only averaging a little over 3 points per game, but he could be crucial in this game tonight. A lot of these Bulldogs players get involved in the rebound game. And for the Spartans, that's what the big piece is going to be. Shively getting introduced now on the other end of the court. Junior Perkins coming out onto the floor as well. Junior Perkins in his freshman season contributed aplenty to this Spartans team, and will look to do so again this year. He's a dual sport athlete, get involved in baseball as well, averaging 12 points per game this season. And 3 players this year for the Spartans in the double digits scoring-wise. That could be the difference maker. The offense has been an emphasis for Coach Quarles and this Spartans team since he took over the helm a couple of seasons ago. Now in his 4th season at the helm of the Spartans program, as both teams head out to center court for the opening tip. Clay Willis will be going up for the jump against Eric Palmer, the senior forward from John Hardin. And that will be our opener here today. Game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Holiday Classic is underway as Willis tips it over. They're going to have an opportunity down low with Decker. Loses the shot, gets his own rebound, gets the putback, but the Bulldogs with a heavy pressure on defense get the board.
That's what they need to do, is keep getting onto the board. If they stay up on the board, get those rebounds, especially when they're missing shots, just like that one right there. Get the rebound and put it back up.
Deep 3 by Schoenberg there, ends up short. He gets back in the handles of it, now driving inside. Travel going to get called on Eric Palmer there, and that turns it over to the Spartans. And they'll inbound it here on the baseline with Junior Perkins into Shively. So Shively running point, kicks it off to Perkins, still in the backcourt. Under pressure there from Malachi Lynch. Bulldogs wearing their away whites with the red letters and red numbers with that black trim as they toss it up inside. Perkins was looking for the alley-oop pass to Clay Willis and ends up going too high and out of bounds. Willis is known for his high-flying antics, though. He contributed to the Spartans' inaugural season in boys volleyball last year and tallied the team's leading block total with 18. You're going to see him up in the air today. Here's Perkins, little spin move, pass inside to Willis, who gets a little light dunk to go to get the first points on the board.
That was a nice move right there, getting it to the inside. Dump it to the big man. When he's wide open like that and has free range, get it into him.
Forced it a steal as well. Here's Lynch running point now at center court. Guarded by Willis. Now Perkins 1-on-2 as he passes it off of Willis's foot. It'll be a kick ball there to keep the possession with the Bulldogs. So Spartans with their home all-black jerseys with the gray letters and gray numbers. Inbound pass complete to Lynch, who now once again running point, guarded by Junior Perkins. Perkins reaching in, looking for that steal. Now Bennett trying to pass inside, gets tipped out by Willis, goes out of bounds off the hands of Johan Pratt, and that'll keep it with the Bulldogs on their end of the floor. 6.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
It's a lot of good hustle out there already in this game.
Here's another 3, this time by Schulenberg once again. That one no good, rebounded by Decker. Decker sends it over now to Perkins. Perkins with a cross-court pass to Pratt. Pratt inside to Decker, who gets touched and tipped out, but Shively recovers. Here's Willis, pass inside to Pratt. Pratt going to drive up and in, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Eric Palmer.
That's what they did in the last game, is they went on the inside, forced their way to get to the line because they are a pretty good free throw shooting team, 63% on the year so far, the Spartans.
So we're about 2 minutes into the contest already, and only 2 points have been scored. It was off a light dunk by Clay Willis, as now 3 points on the board for the Spartans, as Johan Pratt's free throw is good. Second shot on the way. He's a 66% free throw shooter through their first 6 games of the season. Here's the second shot, and it falls in good. So Pratt and Willis both tied with 2 apiece for the Spartans. They lead 4-0 with 6:05 to go in the first quarter. Here's the drive from Lynch. Lynch kick outside to Schulenberg. Schulenberg on the right wing. Surveying, pass over into the right corner to Lynch, who lets a 3-ball fly. That one no good, rebounded by Shively. So 0 for 3 from the field are the Bulldogs so far. Here's Decker, fakes the 3. Pump drive, sends out to Shively, top of the key 3. Too strong off the back iron, rebounded by Decker with a spin move. Back outside to Willis. Willis, cross-court pass to a running Owen Shively, who tried to recover it, but it still went out of bounds. 2 turnovers for the Spartans so far here in the first quarter.
At this point, the Spartans are moving pretty fast. It seems like they just need to slow down and just get themselves together and set up the offense. Let their offense get set up and keep making steals just like this right here, turnovers.
Here's Perkins driving up and in, tries to draw the foul. He can't get the shot to fall. Rebounded by Schulenberg, but they'll say he stepped out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Spartans at their baseline.
The Spartans always are good at making people causing turnovers. You know, I mean, and that's what they did last game was push a lot of turnovers.
That's the fourth turnover that time for the Bulldogs. That one going out of bounds. Here's Decker trying to go up and in, but he's blocked by Schulenberg. It looks like they'll call a foul. They'll call it on Decker, I believe that was. So that does turn it over to the Bulldogs underneath the Spartans baseline. Spartans are moving from right to left to try to score. John Hardin moving from left to right from our perspective. Here they go on the drive. That's Bennett. Bennett laying it up and in. No, it won't fall. As Shively brings it in, crosses it back down the court to Pratt, who tries to lay it up and in. Too strong off the back glass. And back again with the board was Palmer. And now here's Bennett quick on the fast break. Perkins gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs at their own baseline.
Perkins has quick hands. He kind of reminds me of Gary Payton or Tim Hardaway from back in the day. His hands are always moving and trying to get that turnover and trying to get that steal, and he's pretty good at it too.
Bulldogs so far 0 for 4 from the field. Still looking to try to hit a field goal and get some kind of points on the board. Here's Lynch on the right wing. Pass it over top of the key to Palmer. Palmer hands it back to Lynch. Running point, guarded by Shively. Now over to Jones. Jones pass over top of the key to Palmer. Palmer thinks about the drive outside to Schulenberg on the right wing. Back outside to Lynch. Second trip to the line for Pratt in the contest. Spartans lead 6-2 with 3:43 to go in the first. Again, if you're tuned in over the radio waves and you're able to tune in on our broadcast on our 7 Mountain Sports YouTube channel, make sure to do so. We've got multi-camera angles, great graphics as well, and all produced, directed by our own Matthew Clark and the rest of our 7 Mountain Sports crew bringing you the action here. Our final game of the season, and it's game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic. First shot no good for Pratt. Second one on the way, and that one rims out too. So he's 2 for 4 from the free throw line in the contest so far.
Free throws are definitely key. They can either win you the game or lose you the game. You've got to hit them.
Spartans shooting 63% from the free throw line as a team so far in their first 6 games. And they're going to get another travel called here on the Bulldogs, that time on Darius Bennett. Substitution here for the Spartans. Coming in, Caden McIntyre, substituting for Johan Pratt.
And that's the 6th turnover by John Hardin.
Oh, yeah, go on now.
I'm sorry. I just noticing the Spartans they are really just going for the steal and just doing everything they can to cause turnovers.
Spin around the outside. As Spartans get a score. Now lead 8-2. Outside Schulenberg under pressure from Decker. Cox pass it over to Shaw. Shaw fakes the drive baseline, kicks it outside to Bennett on the left wing. Way outside at center court. Now over to Schulenberg on the left wing once again. Looking for the inward pass is Jones. He doesn't get it. They hand it off to Cox at the top of the key, guarded by Willis. Schulenberg passes top of the key to Jones. Jones nearly fumbles the pass. Shively takes advantage. He's got the steal, back down the floor, lays it off the glass for 2.
And this is how the Spartans operate. They'll get the turnover and they'll take advantage and get the points.
And the timeout here called by the Bulldogs as the Spartans lead 10-2. We'll take ourselves a short break and be right back here with your first quarter coverage of game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Do you have a lot of presents to transport this year? Well, let's go find you the perfect fit. The 2026 Toyota Camry. Toyota Sequoia. Toyota RAV4.
This holiday season, come find the perfect ride and fill it with all your goodies.
Back to the action here inside South Warren High School. Bulldogs back with a possession after the steal in the score rather from Owen Shively as put the Spartans up 10-2 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first. Inbound pass. That one to Malachi Lynch, who can't get the ball to go. Rebound stolen away there by Ethan Knight, who checks into the game for the first time. Hands it off to Decker. Pass over to the left corner. This time a three for Shively. It's good.
That's what he does, man. He pops those threes. When he gets a good look, he takes it.
Shively gets a hand on it here. Another potential steal, but it's recovered there by Bennett. Nearly tipped out by Clay Willis. A pass out of the backcourt. Shively intercepts it. Shively inside to Decker. Decker up off the glass and one.
That makes 8 turnovers.
Here's a look at the shot here, courtesy of Toyota Bowling Green. That last three-pointer from Owen Shively, his first of the contest. He thrives off those catch-and-shoot threes as now Jackson Decker's at the line for a three-point play, and he knocks it down. Tough and one play there by Jackson Decker as they're putting on the full-court press. Down the lane, here's Shaw, tries to lay it up and in, passes it over. It's rebounded by Schulenberg, who can't get it to go. Jackson Decker wrestles in the rebound.
That was a good play getting it to the inside, just like South Warren did.
And Clay Willis jamming it home once again. Twice already in this one as we've got another timeout getting called here. An 18-point run here for the Spartans. They lead 18-2. And we'll go ahead and take ourselves another quick break. And we'll be back. Spartans lead 18-2 here in game number 1 of the Chop Lawn Care Classic on the Seven Mountains Sports Network.
Don Lee now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family. Don Lee now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Minute 32 to go here in the first quarter. South Warren Spartans lead 18-2. Take a look at this replay of Willis's dunk. Pass underneath. He's wide open in the lane and jams it home. That's his second dunk already of this contest. Spartans with a 16-point lead in the first. Only one field goal has been made by the Bulldogs. It was Eric Palmer who laid it up off the glass for 2 with about 3.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and another timeout called by Marcus Heitch of the John Hardin Bulldogs as here they are marching back down the floor with Malachi Lynch. Malachi Lynch down the floor, pass it outside to Shaw. Shaw to the left wing, a deep three from the left side. That one too strong, off the back iron by Bennett, and it's rebounded and hauled in by Ethan Knight from the Spartans. Shively hands it off to Knight. Knight back outside to Pratt, right wing, back over to Shively. Shively kicks it over the left corner. Here's a three. That one's short. Looks like McIntyre had some contact and couldn't quite connect on the shot. Is now once again jostling for the basketball on the other end of the floor, and it'll be a jump ball called. That possession will stay with the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs are already shooting 3 after 3 after 3. They are trying to get it to the inside every now and again, but they're already starting to live and die by the 3. Being down 18-2, you can see their sense of urgency, but they need to just take it 1 point at a time.
And Schulenberg connects on the inbound pass, lays it up and in, and draws the foul, so that's an and one play. He'll head to the line looking for 3. Just under a minute now to go in the first quarter. Only the second field goal scored by the Bulldogs in this contest as Schulenberg knocks down the three-point play. He's got 3. 82% he shot from the free throw line this season. And again, over the last 3 games, Schulenberg only averaged 4 points and missed one of the last 3 games. So that's done a big deficit into his stats so far on the season. 45 seconds to go now with Spartans just surveying around the wing with Ethan Knight. Knight over to Sisson. Sisson with a 3 from the right wing. That one doesn't connect. Rebounded by Junior Perkins. Perkins going to fake the drive, look outside to Ethan Knight. Now here's a 3 from Pratt. That one too strong, but ripped out. This time by Ethan Knight, Caden McIntyre, who puts it back up and in. McIntyre's first bucket of the contest. He had 9 points against Owensboro Catholic Friday night, and Perkins with the interception. Perkins handed off to Knight. Knight lays it up and in.
That is the 9th turnover by the Bulldogs.
That might have been the smoothest layup I've ever seen, Hep. I don't know if that ball hit the net. 2 seconds now to go in the first quarter. Foul's going to be called on Johan Pratt. That's his first, team's third. as Clay Willis is going to check back in for Pratt. 22-5, the lead for the Spartans with 2 seconds to go. It's going to have to be some kind of catch-and-shoot play here for the Bulldogs. 1 second to go. Pass over to the right side. No time to get the shot off for Schulenberg. It's no good, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Caden McIntyre walking back to the bench with the Spartans as they lead 22-5 here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, hold on for a second, children. Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to let you know this year, the spa is the perfect way to relax after a long night of lugging those presents around the world. The only problem is, can't invite my good friend Frosty over to join the fun.
Santa here with jolly good news. Save thousands on the best hot tub brands with immediate delivery. You've been nice. Now treat yourself. Only at Aqualand on Campbell Lane.
Welcome you back here inside South Warren High School. First quarter wraps up with the Spartans leading 22-5. Now second quarter about to set up. Second quarter coverage brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Morgantown Bank and Trust serving Bowling Green, Morgantown, and now Beaver Dam. Visit one of our locations today, and you can see on your screen there Spartans head coach Carlos Quarles in his 4th season at the helm of this Spartans program, and he's brought a form of high-flying offense to Southern Bowling Green. And it's one that's found a lot of success, especially over these last 2 seasons in the scoring pylons. 22 points already in that first quarter. Hamp, that's on track to basically almost break 100 through 4 quarters.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Like you said, high-flying offense and a pressure defense that is causing nothing but turnovers and them taking advantage and the opportunities that are brought forth for them.
A lot of movement around the perimeter for the Spartans. They thrive off finding the open catch-and-shoot three. Here's a pass inside to McIntyre. That shot gets blocked, and it's recovered that time by the Bulldogs, and a travel is going to get called, looks like, on Jalen McElroy, who had the block. Had the block and the steal, and ultimately couldn't get out of the tussle just below the net and got the travel called against him. Inbound pass here to Ethan Knight. Knight outside to Halo Sisson. Sisson to the right wing to McIntyre. Sisson back to Knight on the left wing. He's going to drive inside through 2 defenders. Tries to lay it up and in. That one won't go. Knight gets his own rebound off the miss. Pass inside to McIntyre. McIntyre going to stop, pop, lays it up, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2.
McIntyre's pretty good at drawing the fouls, man. He takes it to the inside. He's a 50% free throw shooter, and so he can hit it or he can miss it.
Flip a coin, as you say. Call heads or tails.
But he did do really well Friday night.
Friday night had 9 points against Owensboro Catholic as first free throw falls in. Great shots here by our 7 Mountain Sports Crew. If you're watching on our live stream, second shot's on the way. It's good. 2 for 2 trip for the senior Caden McIntyre. And Bulldogs quick on the inbound. They are hustling down the floor in a hurry, but now trapped in the backcourt. Knight forces a steal. Cross-court pass. It's up in the hands of McIntyre. McIntyre going to drive baseline, pack outside. Junior Perkins, top of the key, 3. Oh, just too strong. Knight goes up, wrestles for the rebound, but he can't bring it down. But still intercepted again by Ethan Knight. Now to McIntyre, left wing, 3. Got it! That's what you like to see.
Taking advantage of every turnover, and that makes 11 on the Bulldogs.
Pass inside. This full court press by the Spartans has forced so many turnovers here. Stop and pop from the free throw line for Bennett. Can't connect. Now back down the floor go the Spartans. Junior Perkins with the board. He's got the possession, driving inside, recovers the dribble. Pass outside. Here's McIntyre. Another top of the key 3. Heat check, and he got it. Back-to-back threes for Caden McIntyre. Again, the steal. Junior Perkins nearly forces it. Cross-court pass. Ethan Knight nearly intercepts. Schulenberg fakes out the 3, takes the long shot from the right wing, and he connects. Second field goal for Jonathan Schulenberg and the Bulldogs. 30-8 lead for the Spartans with 6:15 to go in the quarter. Here's Sisson over to Perkins. Right wing 3 from McIntyre. He is lights out. 3 straight three-pointers from the senior.
He has the hot hand right now.
Pass over to top of the key. Ends up in the hands of Bennett. Right wing takes a long 3. Too strong off the back iron. Rebounded by Schulenberg, though, but ripped out by Caden McIntyre. Getting it done on both ends of the floor right now for the Spartans. Back down the floor. Pass intended for Ethan Knight, but it gets tipped out of bounds by McElroy. And a couple of substitutions here. Let's take a look back at this most recent three-pointer by Caden McIntyre, who is just lights out from deep. His third straight three-pointer, as he's got, I want to say, 13 points so far for the Spartans. Here's Sisson, top of the key, now over to the right wing. He's guarded by Lynch. McIntyre over to Perkins. Perkins now guarded by Palmer. Top of the key three again. Heat check there for McIntyre as that one won't fall for him, but Willis gets the board. Willis tries to hand it off there to Perkins. Stolen away by Abram Garrison for the Bulldogs. So 3 straight threes there for McIntyre, and the heat check can't get it. A wrestle for the ball on the other end of the floor. Looks like Junior Perkins will knock it out of bounds, and Bulldogs will retain possession. Owen Shively checking back in for Junior Perkins, and Jackson Decker coming in, as well as Johan Pratt checking in with Ethan Knight and Halo Sisson checking out.
Everybody getting an opportunity now. The score is what it is. Everybody on this team right here, it can be dangerous and does great things.
33-8 lead for the Spartans with 5:15 to go as Johan Pratt went diving for that ball in the interception. Here's Schulenberg for another three, too strong off the back iron. And Jackson Decker comes through with the rebound. McIntyre trapped on the right wing, hands it off to Decker. Right in front of the Bulldogs bench. Here's Shively motioning for Decker, potentially calling for the screen. Now over to McIntyre, right wing. McIntyre, Shively thinks about the three, steps to his right, passes inside. Another pass outside to Decker, who lays it up for a long two.
They move the ball around and have bodies moving, and that's what you need to do. Get everybody open and create the open space to make a good shot.
35-8 the score. Spartans on top. Shively gets the rebound and miss for Lynch. Back down the floor. Willis had the pass inside, but it goes off his foot and out of bounds. Turns it over to John Hardin. That marks 5 turnovers in the half so far for the Spartans. Pass inside for the Bulldogs. Under a full court press. It's tipped in the air by Decker. Shively lays it up and in. So another steal and score. The Spartans just continue to produce. They lead 37-8.
Taking advantage of those turnovers that they create. They create them.
Here's Lynch driving from the free throw line. Back outside to Garrison. Garrison on the left wing tries to drive, guarded by McIntyre. Now back outside to Palmer on the top of the key. Palmer hands it off to Jones, swinging around the right side, hands it off to Lynch. Lynch with a long three. That one too strong. Rebounded by Shively. Lynch 0 for 4 from the field as that one intended for the hands of McIntyre goes out of bounds and turns it over to the Bulldogs. 6 turnovers now for the Spartans in the first half.
6 turnovers, and the Bulldogs have yet to been able to take advantage of the opportunity of any of the turnovers that the Spartans have gotten, whereas the Spartans have taken advantage of all of the 13 turnovers that the Bulldogs have right now.
13, double what the Spartans have so far. Schulenberg on the drive again, lays it too strong off the back glass. Looks like a foul's called on the floor. Shot no good for Schulenberg, and looks like it'll stay with the Bulldogs at their baseline. And Jalen Wade will have the inbound. Just checked in for the Bulldogs. Looking for the inbound pass. Passes it inside low to Jones. Can't get the shot to connect as it's rebounded by Willis. No, stolen away by Palmer. He can't get it to connect either, and Willis comes away with it. McIntyre pass. Shively's got some space for a three. Too strong. Rebounded by Willis, who gets the putback. He can't get it to go. Pratt gets the board. Guarded by 3 Bulldog defenders, and he gets fouled. He'll, looks like, head to the line. Or no, they'll just hold on to the possession here and inbound it from the baseline.
The Spartans are crashing the boards. They are grabbing every rebound possible. It's not for the lack of trying from John Hardin, but the Spartans are just so aggressive on their rebounding and making sure they crash the boards.
Talk about crashing the boards. 19 rebounds for the Spartans so far here in the first half. Shively preventing that backcourt violation with the catch out of the air. Hand over to Willis. Willis cross court. Now in the hands of Perkins. Drives baseline. Kicks it outside to Pratt. Tries to lay up a floater. That one won't connect. Rebounded by Palmer for the Bulldogs. That one out of bounds. None of the officials know who it went out on, it looks like. They're going to say it stays.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it bounced off a foot or so, but then again, the bounce pass was a little off. And so it might not have hit anybody. It's just the way the pass went.
That one tipped away again. Shively with a steal. Passes over to Perkins. Perkins fakes, stops, pops. That one won't connect. Shively tries to put it back up and in. Decker is the one who gets it to go.
Again, crashing those boards. Two chances, 3 rebounds.
Shively again almost forced the steal, but it goes out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Bulldogs. 2:55 to go here in the first half. Spartans lead 39-8. So a 31-point lead for the Spartans. Coach Q yelling for his guys to talk here. Speak about the defensive pressure, still under a full court press. As Decker nearly swats it out of the air. Here's Schulenberg. Is going to lay it up and off the glass for 2. So Schulenberg's got 7, actually 8 points so far. That one outside. Here's the drive baseline. Shively tries to kick it outside to Decker. Finds him left corner 3. Too strong. Bounces off the inner rim, and it's rebounded by Palmer.
This is the time where they shouldn't live and die by the three-pointer. They did right by getting to the inside and scoring the 2 points. You just need a bucket at a time at this point right here. Get yourselves ready to shoot a 3 when the opportunity presents itself.
Pass inside. Willis gets the board. Can't get the shot to connect. It's blocked by Palmer, but Pratt comes back through and connects on the floater for 2. So 2 chances there that the Spartans had. 2 offensive rebounds in that sequence that ultimately led to the floater by Pratt. That's what has them leading 41-10 right now over the Bulldogs.
The amount of pressure that the Spartans keep putting on them, they'll go to man, and then all of a sudden you have 2 people on one person, and then they create a steal just like that.
Here's Perkins back down the floor, lays it up and in. His first field goal of the contest puts the Spartans up 43-10 with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Inbound to Schulenberg. Again, the Spartans not letting up the pressure. They refuse to let off the full court press. And now with 2 points to running clock here, Spartans leading 43-10. A foul's called.
When they do those double teams, when they get out of that man-to-man situation and they run to the double teams, they get back to their person so fast. They move a little bit faster than John Hardin does.
Halo Sisson, Ethan Knight checking back in for South Warren. Malachi Lynch with a possession, nutmegs Clay Willis, and now finds a wide open left wing 3. Too strong by Shaw. His first miss of the contest. Back down the floor goes Sisson. Sisson looks for Knight, right wing. Knight thinks about it, drives instead. Little hoop scoop, can't connect on it. Perkins goes for the board, but Palmer comes away with it. Knight with some good handles there, and another travel called, this time on Eric Palmer. Turns it back over to the Spartans.
Mental mistake right there. That's all that was.
33-point lead for South Warren. 2 more points, and they'll have running clock. Knight on the left wing, pass it over to Sisson in the left corner. Now back in the hands of Shively, going to take a deep 3 from the right wing. Oh, just an unlucky rim out for Shively. Flexing off his shooting hand there after that one. He's going to shake it off. Back down the floor. Go the Bulldogs. 40 seconds to go in the half. Handoff to Lynch. Lynch back outside to Schulenberg. Schulenberg guarded by Knight. Knight going for the steal, hands it off to Palmer. Now here's Lynch, top of the key, going to drive, guarded by Perkins. Trying to fake him out. Pass inside, intended for Schulenberg, but it's tipped by Knight, recovered by Perkins. Final 20 seconds. Here's Perkins, going to drive, tries to lay up the floater and draw the foul. Doesn't get it. He is befuddled by not getting that call. Here's Schulenberg down the floor, lays it off the glass for 2. Hamp, they're hearing you about working that inside, and it's working for Schulenberg. Final 5 seconds of the half. Shively on the drive, passes it over to Willis, bounces off the top of his fingertips, and goes out of bounds with 1.8 seconds on the clock. So the Bulldogs going to have one chance here. I heard Eagle is the play call here. Far pass, Schulenberg with a deep shot. Bounces off the left side of the backboard, no good. And the Spartans lead 43-12 at the half off an impressive collective performance from this entire team. We'll go ahead and step aside to be back for your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia halftime report when we return for coverage of game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic right here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Don Lee now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Oh, hold on for a second, children. Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to let you know this year, the spa is the perfect way to relax after a long night of lugging those presents around the world. Only problem is, can't invite my good friend Frosty over to join the fun.
Santa here with jolly good news. Save thousands on the best hot tub brands with immediate delivery. You've been nice. Now treat yourself. Only at Aqualand on Campbell Lane.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
It's the most wonderful time of the year here in Bowling Green, not only because it's Christmas time, but also because we've got the best in coverage of local high school hoops here on the Seven Mountains Sports Network. Spartans lead 43-12 here at the half in game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic as we welcome you back inside of South Warren High School. An exciting first half it was, and a great one for the Spartans as we're going to show you their first half stats here on your screen if you're watching via our live stream. Field goals, probably the most notable, as well as the rebounds and the turnovers split in a negative direction for the Bulldogs for that first half. 18 turnovers to the Spartans, 7 in the half. And if anything, most of those turnovers for the Bulldogs were not self-inflicted. They were forced by the Spartans.
That's because the Spartans play great pressure defense, and their hands are always moving, whether they're up, whether they're down, whether they're trying to get the steal. They are always pushing and prodding and making sure that they are trying to get the ball and take advantage of the opportunities that are presented from those turnovers.
And you probably just saw on your screen there a big group of folks walking down towards the bottom. If you're watching on our live stream, that was the Meade County Green Wave getting ready for their game. It tips off here in about an hour against a Hendersonville, Tennessee team and Beach Senior. And both those teams have got some very quality players on them. That is going to be sure an exciting matchup. But as it goes for the moment, we'll take a look down the scoring sheet for both of these teams. Scoring, at least in the moment, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs is Jonathan Schulenberg, who at the moment has 10 for the Bulldogs. Second to him is Eric Palmer with 2. Looking over to the Spartans, however, as we go and add up their scores at the moment, Owen Shively at the moment has 9 in the first half, and Caden McIntyre has 13 to lead all scorers for the Spartans in the first half. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at more individual scores and what you can look forward to in the second half of this game as the Spartans lead 43-12 here at halftime. And you're tuned in to your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia halftime report on the Seven Mountains Sports Network.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Oh, hold on for a second, children. Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to let you know this year, the spa is the perfect way to relax after a long night of lugging those presents around the world. Only problem is, can't invite my good friend Frosty over to join the fun.
Santa here with jolly good news. Save thousands on the best hot tub brands with immediate delivery. You've been nice. Now treat yourself. Only at Aqualand on Campbell Lane.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back here to Bowling Green, Kentucky. The best time of year, and we wish you happy holidays here from the Seven Mountain Sports Network. We're here for our final broadcast of the season inside South Warren High School. Spartans lead 43-12. Here's we welcome you back into your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia halftime report, and the Spartans are rolling down the tracks, if you will, here in the first half with, yes, a almost 31-point lead rather, for the Spartans in that first half. Just a couple of points away possibly from initiating the running clock here in the second half. But Coach Q and that offense have got this team rolling so far, averaging 70 points a game in the first 6 games of their season. And we'll look forward to seeing them more down the road for our broadcast schedule as we take a look on your screen if you're watching on our live stream. Our first game of the new year will be Allen County Scottsville at Bowling Green. That will be a boys-only matchup on January 3rd. Next game after that will be Barron County's doubleheader at Warren Central on January 6th. So we'll have girls action tipping off at 6, boys action tipping off at 7:30 thereabouts on the Seven Mountain Sports Network. We should also have that coverage for you over the radio waves as well. Make sure you stay tuned to our social media channels at Seven Mountain Sports Soki for all things local high school sports and, of course, for our broadcast schedule as well. You see South Warren there. We mentioned next time will be them. We'll have a doubleheader at Bowling Green on January 16th. Girls action tipping off at 6, boys at 7:30. That will be an exciting one as well. We'll also have Glasgow taking a trip up here to South Warren, a boys-only matchup on January 13th. Tip-off time for that one will be 7:30. We should be live about 7:15 for that one over the radio waves and here on our live stream. Just a couple minutes away from tipping off for the second half here inside South Warren High School. It's game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic. And even though Glasgow does not play the Spartans for a couple of weeks, they are currently playing, or will be playing here in about 45 minutes or so, up against Muhlenberg County in the middle school gym in game number 3 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic here at South Warren High School. We'll also have Beach Senior taking on Meade County, who we saw Meade County enter the gym just a couple of minutes ago. And then Fayette Academy out of Summersville, Tennessee, will be taking on Todd County Central. They're currently playing over in the middle school gym at the moment. We may be able to give you a scoring update on that here in just a bit. A minute to go here in the third, or here until we get back in action for the second half. Spartans lead 43-12. Big Hamp joined alongside by myself, Ryan Murphy, and the rest of our awesome Seven Mountain Sports crew. Our man Andy back at the station on the board opposite Daniel Dalton Lawson, our camera operators today, as well as Matthew Clark, our producer-director, keeping us on the air, giving you all the action, multi-camera coverage. No one does it like Seven Mountain Sports here in South Central Kentucky, if I do say so myself. I might be a little biased, though. Of course, a huge shout-out to our sponsors who make it all possible, including Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Morgantown Bank and Trust, Edmonton State Bank, NCTC, powered by Warren RECC, Toyota Bowling Green, and State Farm agent Will Coker Hamp. We've had a great time all of 2025 of our broadcast coverage, and it's a little sad that the year's coming to an end, but we've got a great outlook on 2026.
Oh, yeah, we got great basketball coming up for the remainder of the year. Remainder of the season. We got great teams that we're going to be able to cover, and man, it's just everybody is going to be identified by then, and they know exactly what their team is capable of.
Again, stay tuned to our social media channels at Seven Mountain Sports Soki or at 7MM Soki, as well as Schulenberg takes a 3 to open the half. That one no good from the right corner. It's now Spartans marching back down the floor. Here's the drive. Shively lays it up off the glass for 2, getting a strong start here to the second half.
the Bulldogs are leaning heavy on Schollenberg, and it needs to be a full team effort. Everybody needs to keep going for the boards just like that right there, and taking good shots, quality shots.
Creating another opportunity here for the Bulldogs is now Malachi Lynch running point, hands it off once again to Schollenberg, who connects that time from the same spot he missed the quarter opening three. He connects that time. Here's Shively down the floor, pass inside to Willis. Willis goes up, tries to draw the foul, can't get it. Spartans lead by 30. It's 45-15. 7 minutes to go in the third. Kick over, Lynch on the left side to Darius Bennett. Bennett trying to roll off the screen by Jones. Gets it tipped outside by Shively. Shively ping-pongs it off both his ankles, but they'll say the last to touch was Darius Bennett. So the Spartans will have the possession. They're now moving left to right to score based on our position. Bulldogs of John Hardin High will be moving from right to left. Spartans wearing their all-black home uniforms with that Spartan logo on the hip and the gray numbers and gray letters, while the Bulldogs wearing their away whites with the red lettering, black trim on those jerseys. Here's Pratt, going to drive, a little spin. Touch on it by Schollenberg, gets it outside to Decker. Now here, stop and pop. Shively from the free throw line, connects for two.
The Bulldogs are playing a little bit better defense, but the Spartans are just a bit more powerful and a little bit more agile, and they are taking full advantage of it.
Owen Shively 2 for 2 to start the second half here. He had 9 points in the first. Puts him up to 13. Here's Lynch, nearly got the travel, finds Palmer to escape it. Now back to that right wing for Schollenberg. He can't connect. Now back down the floor come the Spartans. Here's Shively, fakes the pass to Decker, and a foul's called.
Yeah, he was good. He bumped him right there on that pass trying to get the steal from the Spartans.
Fayette Academy just over in the middle school gym here in the it's kind of shared game number one of the Chop Lawn Care Classic. Fayette Academy leads Todd County Central 45-40 at the half. Here's Perkins. Perkins out to the right corner to Decker. Decker going to fake the drive outside baseline. Outside to Pratt. Pratt with a long three from the left wing. Can't connect. Rebounded by Lynch. Scuffle at midcourt, forces a steal. Willis with the jam and collects himself a poster.
That's what the Spartans do. Get the steal, throw it to the inside to the big man and get the jam.
Clay Willis has 6 points. All 6 have come from dunks as Malachi Lynch sprints back down the floor and connects with a layup for 2, his first points of the game. Back down the floor, here's Pratt driving outside baseline and in. Gets tipped out by Palmer. And now the Bulldogs with a steal of their own. Hands off. Palmer trying to finish it on the other end. Spins off Jax Decker, and he connects off the glass for 2. He's got 4.
That's what the Bulldogs need to do. Get it to the inside. Take the good shots.
And now here's Shively again on the drive. 3 for 3 to start the half is he. He's got 6 points already as he's tipped out from behind. Shively trying to get the steal, but Palmer recovers for the Bulldogs. Here's Schollenberg driving top of the key. Double teamed here, passes inside. Palmer forcing his way inside, and he lays it off the glass for 2.
Palmer seems like he's going to be the guy to help Schollenberg out. It needs to be other folks as well, but he's doing a great job at the moment.
Decker connects for 3 from the left wing, and that's his first made 3 of the contest. He had 9 in the first half. Mark him up to 12. Here's the drive, laid up and in for Schollenberg, and they are working the lane well here, Hamp, to start the second. They only had 12 in that entire first half, and now they've already scored 11 to start the second half.
The Spartans are kind of laying back off of the inside defense, which they definitely should not do with these Bulldogs as they get a turnover.
Kicked outside. That's Lynch. Back outside Schollenberg, taking a right wing deep 3. That one no good. Schollenberg gets his own rebound. Stop and pop from the free throw line. That one no good, but it gets put back in by Palmer.
Wow, I wasn't sure who got that in right there, but the Bulldogs are coming out like Bulldogs right now, and the Spartans are seeing them in a little lax, as if they just got the game together. They need to keep playing the same ball they were playing in the first half of the game.
Here's Perkins driving. Little air time, and he banks it in. Perkins with 4 points so far in the contest. Inbound to Lynch. Lynch sprinting back down the floor, gets to the right wing. Schollenberg positioned in that right corner. He likes taking the 3 from that spot, and seems keen on doing it here to start the second half. 3:15 to go in the third. 56-25 your score. Spartans lead. Here's Schollenberg shaking off the defender. Takes a deep 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Pratt.
Again, taking these long, deep threes. I know he can shoot the three. He can shoot the ball. But you got to get it back to what was working and get it to the inside.
And there's Perkins. Takes a couple lucky bounces, but he gets it to go. He's got 6.
And that's what Perkins does. He'll get it to the inside, and he'll make you foul him.
Back down the floor, Malachi Lynch under pressure here from Perkins and Decker, as it looks like they'll call the timeout here by the Bulldogs. They'll hold on to the possession, and we'll take ourselves a break. Spartans still lead strong, 58-25, but the Bulldogs have come out swinging in the second half. We'll be right back here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Welcome back here to South Warren High School. You see the Bulldogs break it out of their huddle, but, man, Clay Willis is on a high-flying antics. He's got 6 points. All 6 have come from dunks, and you see the steal and the slam on the other end. Hamp, I don't know how you feel about posters, but Clay Willis just sold one to us here in South Warren High School. Great look.
And I would buy it because I love the big man. I love the big man game, and I love that they toss it down there to him, and he's playing like a big man, and he's not afraid of anybody down there.
Great look. Brought to you by Toyota of Bowling Green on that replay. Pass inside, and Ethan Knight forcing the steal. Here's Shively down the floor, hands it off to Decker. Decker, stop, pop, tries to lay it up and in, and gets it to go on the putback.
Another turnover and another 2 points for the Spartans.
Here's Garrison for the Bulldogs. Is trapped between Decker and McIntyre, and a travel is going to get called against him. He tried to keep that pivot foot down, and he raised it right as he passed.
It's hard to do it when you got 4 hands just hitting the ball, and nothing else, man. And he was seeming like he wanted the foul, but he wasn't going to get it because the Spartans were smart enough to just hit the ball.
Here's Shively passing over, fakes the drive, and finds Decker open for the bank off the glass for 2. Shively calling for the team to put their hands up. It's been a great accessory for them in forcing turnovers so far, as the Bulldogs have 21 turnovers already here, as that shot falls short by Garrison. And back down the floor comes Decker, who got the board. McIntyre, stop, pop, left wing 3. That one won't go. McIntyre was red hot from deep in the first half, as now Jalen Wade connects on a 3-pointer. Not mistaken, that'd be Jalen Wade's first points of the season. Here's Decker trying to respond with his own 3, and he does so.
One thing you can't do is leave Decker wide open.
Back down the floor is Malachi Lynch. Pass inside to Palmer at the free throw line. Has to pass it back outside to Lynch. Now Garrison on the right wing. Schoenberg at the scorer's table getting ready to check back in for the Bulldogs. Foul's called. Looks like the foul is going to be on Clay Willis. Spartans lead 65-28. That does put them into running clock, and the clock is running down. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. That pass too strong. Halo Sisson gets it on the other end, lays it off the glass for 2 for his first points of the game. 67-28 lead for the Spartans. 15 seconds to go in the third, and I have to imagine the kids are loving the score for the Spartans right now. Deep shot 3 for Garrison. That one falls short, but they get their own rebound. Here's Schoenberg going to try to respond with his own 3, and he got it. He kissed that one goodbye. Back down the floor, last second shot from half court for Ethan Knight, won't connect, and that will end the third quarter with the Spartans leading with running clock 67-31. We'll step aside and be back for your fourth quarter coverage right here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Do you have a lot of presents to transport this year? Well, let's go find you the perfect fit. The 2026 Toyota Camry. Toyota Sequoia. Toyota RAV4.
This holiday season, come find the perfect ride and fill it with all your goodies.
Spartans are rolling strong, and you see the Bulldogs there on your screen who came out swinging to start the second half, only scored 12 points that entire first half and have 19 in just the third quarter. So a great turnaround for head coach Marcus Heitch in his second season at the helm of the John Hardin Bulldogs program. But the Spartans, led by fourth-year head coach Carlos Quills, are rolling into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter coverage brought to you by Edmonton State Bank. And what really sets Edmonton State Bank apart from big banks is lending decisions are always local and made faster. Edmonton State Bank, it's your bank, your team. Both teams heading back out to the floor here. Fourth quarter coverage about to get underway here on the Seven Mountains Sports Network. Our final quarter of sports for 2025. We appreciate you all for being along for the ride. And let's go out with a bang. Here's Sisson trapped up against the backcourt. Finds Ethan Knight on the right wing to bail him out. McIntyre guarded down low. Tries to kick it outside to Pratt, but it's stolen away by Lynch. Lynch carrying the momentum for the Bulldogs. Lays it up too strong. Rebounded by Ethan Knight. And you can just see the momentum for both teams. They're swinging back and forth from both ends of the floor like ping pong. Ethan Knight, that one got tipped back into the backcourt, so no backcourt violation here. Knight now with the possession as Spartans try to slow things down. Lynch trying to force steals here. Nearly got that one to go. That one tipped out of bounds by Jalen Wade, and they'll say it was out last time on Johan Pratt, and that'll turn it over to the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are putting on the pressure now, and what they have to do is everybody else has to get involved in the scoring game.
Kicked over. Schulenberg now inside the paint. Pass over to Garrison on the right wing. Garrison over to Schulenberg, right corner. Back outside to Lynch. Lynch surveying. That one gets tipped by Ethan Knight on the pass for Jalen Wade, out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Bulldogs on their end of the floor. If you're tuned in with us over the radio waves, Bulldogs moving right to left from our position to score. Spartans moving left to right now in this fourth quarter as the foul's called. I believe that foul will be on Clay Willis, and that was Jalen Wade driving inside, and he'll head to the line to shoot two.
This is his first free throw attempts of the season right here.
First shot on the way for Jalen Wade, and he connects. Like I said, Ham, his first free throw attempt of the season, and it falls through. 6:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. Second shot on the way. That one bounces too strong off the back iron as Pratt comes away with it, gets fouled from behind by McElroy.
Coach Quarles was yelling at him, telling him, hey, look, get ready, get in position for the free throw. Get ready for the rebound.
Here's Knight kicking it over, working around the perimeter of the Spartans. Sisson on the drive, gets trapped out by McElroy, and the Bulldogs are back down the floor. Here's Lynch with the possession over to the left wing to Wade. Now over to Garrison with a left wing three. That one short. Rebounded by Ethan Knight.
Need to put a little more oomph in it. A lot of their three-point shots have been short.
Here's McIntyre driving baseline, fakes it, kicks out to Sisson. Sisson on the drive, back out to McIntyre. McIntyre driving, floater. Unlucky bounce, put back by Pratt.
Pratt on the board again. He stays on the inside.
Lynch back down the floor, controlling the pace. 5:45 to go in the fourth and final quarter. Spartans lead 69-32. Deep three there by Schulenberg. Can't connect. Rebounded by Sisson. Sisson spins, tries to shake the defender. Back outside to Pratt, right wing. Cross-court pass to McIntyre in the left corner. Now back to Knight. Back to top of the key, Pratt. Back to Sisson, right wing. Shakes off the defender, drives. He'll get called for the travel. That turns it over to the Bulldogs.
Almost all the turnovers by the Spartans is not forced. It's most of their own doing.
So three turnovers here in the fourth quarter so far for the Spartans. Lynch with the possession for John Hardin. Pass it over to Wade. Wade going to take a uncontested three from the left wing. Can't connect. Rebounded by McElroy. Schulenberg gets the putback.
Schulenberg is just all the points. Almost all the points are Schulenberg's.
Here's a drive. Stop and pop from Sisson. That one's short. Rebounded by Lynch. Driving. Pass inside to Cox. And he stepped out of bounds trying to collect the pass, and it goes out of bounds.
That pass was pushed over pretty hard, man, and he had to go and rush and try to get that from out of bounds and toss it back in.
So Ethan Knight now with the possession, kicks it over to Sisson, now inside to Pratt, top of the key. Just when you think the Spartans are going to slow down the pace, they step on the gas. Sisson with a long uncontested three. That one falls short. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Lynch running point, top of the key, passes it over to Wade. Wade to right corner to Schulenberg, who stops and pops on the baseline and collects it to go for two. Much more consistent in the shooting range this half is Schulenberg, leading the Bulldogs in scoring. Driving down the floor, Sisson over to Willis, driving baseline, back outside to Ethan Knight. Thinks about the three. Said, pass it inside to Pratt, back to Sisson. Sisson, another try at the three ball. Falls short, rebounded by Wade.
These Bulldogs just can't get back. Good score there on the inside.
And Wade with a great job there.
Yeah, these Bulldogs just can't get back quick enough when they do the double team. When they start double teaming, they just can't get back to their man.
And you see Halo Sisson and the rest of the Spartans group there on the sideline talking it over with Coach Quarles as the Spartans lead 69-38. We'll step aside to be back for the end of the fourth quarter right here on the 7 Mountains Sports Network.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today. At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Welcome you back inside South Warren High School. Coach Quarles calls the timeout for the Spartans, and we're back in the going here with 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Spartans lead 69-38. Here's Knight, right wing, getting double-teamed, finds McIntyre to bail him out on top of the key. McIntyre looking left side, passes to Willis at the baseline. Now back outside to Knight, right wing, back to Sisson, who fakes the drive inside. Hard contact on the drive by Sisson. And it looks like that'll be a trip to the line here. No, they'll say it was a foul on the floor. Sisson took some hard contact on that drive baseline, and now Ethan Knight will have the inbound pass. Finds inside to Pratt, who lays it off the glass, uncontested for an easy 2-point bucket.
None of the Bulldogs were paying attention at all. I love that timeout that Coach Quarles called a minute ago. You can see him over there getting on the team because they were, again, a little relaxed, letting the Bulldogs just do whatever they wanted to.
Rebound that time by Pratt. He's going to get fouled underneath. Looks like fouled by Zarian Cox. So it'll stay with the Spartans here. Neither team in danger of the bonus with 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter and the clock winding down as the Spartans do have running clock in effect. Sisson, guarded by Schulenberg, pass inside to Willis, who recovers the bobbled pass. Now over to Sisson. Sisson back to McIntyre on the baseline. Back outside to Pratt around the free throw line on the left. Passing inside. Willis wide open. Slams it home again. 8 points in all 8 from Doug's Clay Willis. Loves him some posters.
Woo! If you ever seen Coming to America, they said in the face, and he just dunked all in his face.
That one's whipped out by Wade. Looks like it tipped off his hands, and it'll go out of bounds to the Spartans. Take a look once again at this dunk by Clay Willis, who has 8 points, and if you believe it, all 8 of them are from dunks. Quick slam, and a respectful one there for Clay Willis. Takes it to go, pad the Spartans' lead as Sisson drives to the basket, can't connect, and Bulldogs get the board. Back down the floor, Schulenberg, right wing, takes a step back three, too strong, off the back glass, rebounded by Ethan Knight.
They could get it down again to try to get the clock to slow down if they wanted to, but at this point, 73-38 with a minute left.
Spartans averaging 70 points per game coming into this game, and now they lead 73-38, so this will pull that average up a bit as McIntyre's on the baseline. Pratt around the free throw line, back over to Knight. Sisson fakes out the three, pass inside, no look pass to Pratt, he can't connect, but McIntyre gets the second chance bucket, and he's fouled from behind by Zarian Cox.
Ooh, that was a sweet pass, man. I wish he'd have connected on that one. That was a really, really great no-look pass.
I mean, Pratt was inside, and Sisson on the pass when the ball left his hands was staring towards the Bulldogs bench on the opposite side of the floor. Great pass, just couldn't connect as that pass bounces off the foot, it looks like, a Clay Willis and goes out of bounds. That turns it over to John Hardin High, who will have the inbound. 20 seconds left to go with the running clock. Now 15 seconds. Jalen Wade, will the Bulldogs try to get a last shot here with 10 seconds to go? Wade running point, 7 seconds. Pass inside to McElroy, back outside to Palmer. Palmer going to drive baseline, back outside to Wade, back to Schulenberg. Schulenberg taking a shot at the buzzer, and it's too strong. That'll end the contest in game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic. Spartans win in dominant fashion, 73-38, your final score. We'll step aside for just a moment and be back for your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia postgame show, where we'll hear from head coach Carlos Quarles and our player of the game right here when we return on the 7 Mountains Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Oh, hold on for a second, children. Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to let you know this year, the spa is the perfect way to relax after a long night of lugging those presents around the world. The only problem is, can't invite my good friend Frosty over to join the fun.
Santa here with jolly good news. Save thousands on the best hot tub brands with immediate delivery. You've been nice. Now treat yourself. Only at Aqualand on Campbell Lane.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, it sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back to Bowling Green, Kentucky for our final game of 2025 here on the 7 Mountains Sports Network. It's the most wonderful time of year. We say it again and again. Frosty's saying hi to us there as we welcome you back inside of South Warren High School. Spartans took the win. Final score 38 rather, the final score. And as we wrap up our coverage, we take a look at these end game stats, these final stats tallied by our crew here tonight. Rebounds, Spartans take the advantage there. Turnovers, John Hardin with 22 to the Spartans 13. And the field goal percentage far better for the Spartans and giving themselves extra opportunities by forcing those turnovers as well. 29 for 57 from the field, but Bulldogs did a phenomenal job making adjustments at the half. Only 12 points in that first half and ended up coming out and scoring. Trying to do the math. I'm terrible at math, man. This is how it works. About 26 in the third and fourth quarter. So much improved, basically doubled your scoring output there for a half. But a lot of things the Bulldogs no doubt are going to work on under second-year head coach Marcus Heitch, and they'll move on from here and go on throughout the rest of their season. Their next game will be against Heritage at Russellville in just a couple of days, so they'll look forward to that one going forward. Spartans, on the other hand, are not done here in the tournament. This was just game number 1 of the Chopped Lawn Care Classic. They'll move on in the bracket, the winner's bracket that is, and that championship will go on throughout the rest of the days, and we'll potentially be posting updates for that just so you see who the winners end up being. But the Spartans got a great chance at it. A lot of competition here today and tomorrow for the championship games and the losers bracket games as well here in the Classic. But the Spartans start off strong to open it up in game number 1 with a 73-38 win. Beach, Tennessee, as well as the Meade Wave, Green County Wave, or Meade County Wave rather, Green Wave, is currently warming up on the court. But what a performance it was for this team. We'll go ahead and take ourselves a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hopefully look forward to speaking with head coach Carlos Quarles, the winner of today's game, as well as our player of the game. When we return, you're listening and watching local high school hoops here on the 7 Mountains Sports Network.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Oh, hold on for a second, children. Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to let you know this year, the spa is the perfect way to relax after a long night of lugging those presents around the world. Only problem is, can't invite my good friend Frosty over to join the fun.
Santa here with jolly good news. Save thousands on the best hot tub brands with immediate delivery. You've been nice. Now treat yourself. Only at Aqualand on Campbell Lane.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Don, we now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome back here inside South Warren High School as we wrap up our coverage for 2025 with your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia post-game show. Spartans take the win in the opening game of the Chopped Lawn Care Holiday Classic, 73-38 over the John Hardin Bulldogs. Spartans improved to 6-1 on their season under fourth-year head coach Carlos Quarles. As we look down the scoring efforts for the Spartans in today's game, they were led first and foremost by Jackson Decker with 19 points. Owen Shively was awarded player of the game with his 15 points, contributed with so many steals as well. I think we lost count of how many times we saw him with a steal on the other end of the floor. Brandon Perkins, they call him Junior, had 10. Halo Sisson had 2. Ethan Knight had 2 as well. Again, we mentioned Jackson Decker led all scorers with 19. Yohan Pratt had 8. Clay Willis also had 8. And then Caden McIntyre, who got lights out hot from 3 in the first half, finished with 13. So solid scoring effort for the Spartans as they ended it with 73 points on the board, 3 points better than their average in their first 6 games. That'll no doubt carry that average up as well. Looking down the scoring sheet for the Bulldogs, only a few names of note in this one as they scored 38 in the contest. 2 points scored by Lynch, 22 points by Jonathan Schulenberg. That leads all scores from the contest. Jalen Wade had 6 and Eric Palmer had 8. And that is your final score tally for both the teams and those that scored them, as we're just moments away, hopefully, from hearing from head coach Carlos Quarles. He's currently speaking with the media over near the tunnel, and as he does so, we'll step aside and hopefully hear from him when we come back in just a few moments. Stay with us here as you're tuned into your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia post-game show on the 7 Mountains Sports Network.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Don Lee now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Oh, hold on for a second, children. Christmas is just around the corner, and I just want to let you know this year, the spa is the perfect way to relax after a long night of lugging those presents around the world. The only problem is, I can't invite my good friend Frosty over to join the fun.
Santa here with jolly good news. Save thousands on the best hot tub brands with immediate delivery. You've been nice. Now treat yourself. Only at Aqualand on Campbell Lane.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Don Lee now our year-end savings at Don Franklin Kia. During the Season of New Tradition sales event, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2026 Kia Sportage models or select Kia Sorento models. Upgrade your sleigh at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome back here to South Warren High School as we're wrapping up our coverage here on the Seven Mountain Sports Network. We should have joining us in just a moment Coach Carlos Quarles of the South Warren Spartans, as well as the John Hardin, or as well as Jackson Decker, who led all scorers in today's contest, as we welcome them into the broadcast booth. Guys, thank you so much for speaking with us here. We'll get you on camera. Coach Q, how do you feel about your team's performance after this game as you guys move on here in the tournament?
I think we were really solid today. We came out with good energy. We needed to clean up some things. We were a little sloppy for my taste, missed some layups and some free throws, but overall we came out and handled business, so that was the goal.
Now it seems like, especially since you've been here with the Spartans program, your emphasis has really been on pushing the paint, pushing the pressure on, and keeping guys going just at a strong level. You guys really put the pressure on all sides of the ball. Has that really been your emphasis, is keeping that energy up throughout the entire game? Well,
the big thing, we got a lot of talent, and we develop players, so we want to use that player development to let them make plays when the opportunity presents itself. So if we move the ball accordingly, we're going to find somebody that can make a play for each other. So that's the emphasis that we have.
Now, Jackson, you're joining us now as well. Had a big game for you, and how do you feel like this team is meshing so far through the first 7 games of the season?
I think we're meshing pretty well. Just we got to continue to build off that because we want to be good in January and February, not now. Obviously we want to be good now, but we want to continue building and continue getting better because we want to get to that region ship again.
Now, before we let you guys go, I want to ask you, obviously it's the holidays. Christmas is coming up a little bit. Anything you guys are looking forward to here in the next couple of days with Christmas time?
I just hope Santa Claus bring us some more wins. We'll be good with that and help us develop as a team. So, we continue to improve each and every week.
Awesome. Jackson, anything you're looking forward to Christmas time?
Just sports, family, and food.
Yeah.
That's all I'm really.
Hey, that's what it's all about right there. Appreciate you guys for coming up. Congratulations on the win. We'll step aside and we'll wrap up our coverage when we come back right here on the Seven Mountain Sports Network.
Do you have a lot of presents to transport this year? Well, let's go find you the perfect fit. The 2026 Toyota Camry. Toyota Sequoia, Toyota RAV4.
This holiday season, come find the perfect ride and fill it with all your goodies.
Welcome you back here inside South Warren High School as we wrap up our coverage of 2025. We'll be back in the new year, but we're wrapping up our coverage now tonight as we're going to crown our player of the game. And you just heard from him there, as well as head coach of the South Warren Spartans, Coach Carlos Quarles, as tonight's player of the game brought to you by Warren RECC and NCTC is going to be Jackson Decker. Actually, no, Owen Shively, rather, who had 15 points in the contest. Scratch that. It is going to be Jackson Decker. You just heard from him a moment ago, who had 19 points in the contest. Congratulations, Jackson. Congratulations to the Spartans on the win as they move on as well here in the Chopped Lawn Care Holiday Classic. For your high-speed internet needs, choose NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. It's fast, reliable service with a hometown touch. We're wrapping up our coverage for 2025. We appreciate you all for tuning in this year as we take a look at our broadcast schedule for the new year. If you're looking on your screen now, our first game is going to be Allen County Scottsville at Bowling Green. That will be a boys-only contest. Following that will be Barron County in a doubleheader at Warren Central. And the next time you see the Spartans here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network will be January 13th, a boys-only game, as Glasgow will come back up here to Bowling Green and face off against the Spartans. That'll be a 7:30 tip-off on January 13th. You see the rest of our schedule there. Stay tuned to our social media at 7 Mountain Sports, so key. And for all of our broadcast schedules and sports updates from around the region. It's been an exciting 2025. Hamp, any final thoughts as we wrap up the 2025 year of sports here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network?
I want to say thank you all again for tuning in to 7 Mountain Sports Network. Joining us every game, all the time. And have a very Merry Christmas. Have a very, very happy New Year. 2026 is going to be awesome.
You heard Coach Quarles there at the end of the game saying he hopes he brings the Spartans more wins, and hopefully we'll be present to see a couple of those wins when we come back in the new year. Again, a huge shout out to all of our sponsors who make it possible to get out to the games each and every week. Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Morgantown Bank and Trust, Edmonton State Bank, NCTC, powered by Warren RECC, Toyota of Bowling Green, and State Farm agent Will Coker. They make it possible for us to get out here each and every week and get live over the broadcast and the radio waves here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network. And a huge shout out to our 7 Mountain Sports crew for today's game. Seth Daniel, Dalton Lawson on the cameras, back on the board off at the station. Our man Andy, for Matthew Clark, our producer director, and Big Hamp alongside. I am Ryan Murphy signing off for now, wishing you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll see you next year for the best of local high school hoops right here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.